My name is Elaine L, and I write fiction and nonfiction books and mostly publish them myself. What I'm going to be talking about today is publishing paperbacks if you are a self-published author. There are several ways to do that, and they are all things that you can learn relatively easily, and the websites have instructions, guidebooks, anything you can think of, because they of course want you to be successful at doing this. Today I'm going to talk about Amazon and Barnes & Noble as paperback publishers. But before I do that, let me say a couple things about the choices you make up front. Often you can use the ebook cover for your paperback front cover. I'm assuming you've already done an ebook. Most people do that concurrently or first. So you've got your cover and you can put it on your paperback, and then you can do the back yourself. Both sites have ways for you to do this fairly easily. But first I want to talk about the size of your books. The longer the book, the more it costs to produce the book. That kind of makes sense. There's more paper involved. So you look at whether you want a 5x8 size for your fiction, especially genre fiction, which is more typical of the mass market paperback size that you see on shelves at the bookstores. Initially, I used the 6x9 size. I know many self-published authors who use that size, and I now use it mostly for nonfiction books. Writing When Time is Scarce has a simple cover, and you want people to be able to use it easily, more like a reference book. So you've got those two sizes. Then you may be doing a large print book, so there are a couple of options there. If you use the 6x9 size, that's a pretty long book, okay? So it costs you more to produce it. That's a consideration. People expect to pay a little bit more for large print books, but maybe you can give your reader one and keep the price $1 or so lower. The 7x10 size is great for doing that, but someone might consider it awkward to hold. You kind of need to weigh this. You might ask some of your readers for their opinion. Frankly, I would find it easier to hold the 7x9 than to hold the heavier 6x9. This is 7x10. Sorry, I never was good at math. So you've thought about the size, and you can do different sizes. When I switched to largely 5x8, I left my 6x9 size books on the website and Amazon because they're about $1 cheaper. Somebody might not want to spend that extra $1. You definitely want to publish your paperback on Amazon because they sell the most books, and they're very easy to work with. Like Barnes & Noble, they pay 60 days after the end of the month. Everything runs really smoothly. Loading the paperback is a little more complicated than loading the ebook, but it's understandable. And you can choose to have an artist do the cover and load it as a PDF file where the front and back are in one document. Or you can use Amazon's Cover Creator, use the cover from your ebook, and do the back cover yourself. I don't find that difficult. But you want to play with it. You'll have to pick colors. You know, I picked brown here because there's some brown on the front of the book. Somebody else might choose the lighter color here for the back, or they might choose the blue and try to match it. Whatever you do, you'll enjoy it, and you can spend some time fooling around with it, if you don't mind the informal phrase, because you can't learn it in 20 minutes. But you can learn it and follow the instructions there. So you've finished loading the book to Amazon, and you have to make the choice about where Amazon will sell the book. They will sell it on their retail site, and I believe in most of the countries where they have sites. Then you have to decide whether to choose expanded distribution. That means that Amazon will make the book available to other retail sites such as Barnes & Noble. And if you do that, that's great. You end up, though, having to price the book a little bit more because somebody else is taking a cut, I guess you'd say. So the book will be more expensive than if you just published it on Amazon. It used to be that you really had to choose that expanded distribution. Now, though, I also choose to publish on Barnes & Noble. And you can use the same template for the book. For the interior, you can use the same front cover for the book. You don't really have to expend a lot more effort, and the book can easily be ordered in Amazon stores, Barnes & Noble stores. Sorry about that. The customer can go in, order the book that day, and then pick it up a little bit later. The staff at Barnes & Noble can find the book easily. Sometimes Barnes & Noble will stock your book on the shelf, but not too often. If they have sold a few copies at their store, then they're more likely to stock it, especially if you're a local author. The Amazon and Barnes & Noble choice, some people find difficult. To me, it was a no-brainer because I want people to be able to walk into a Barnes & Noble store all over the country and order my books. I do the 5x8 size, and I've slowly been adding the large print size. It just takes time to do it, and I have about 30 books. So you've got the books on both sites. Make sure that you publicize both paperback sites on your web page or blog, however you decide to publicize the availability of your paperback books. You also really should think about the large print copies because people do buy those, and I price them not too much more than what the author can make from the book. I do that because I have a commitment to making it easy for everyone to read my books. But people who buy large print know that they will pay more. I've noticed that some authors may charge $5 or $6 more for a large print book. That's an option. So, we've talked about Amazon and Barnes & Noble. In another video, I will talk about two other options. One is bookshop.org, which lets you get books into independent bookstores. Yay! Most of us do that by working out individual contracts with individual stores. But now there's a way to have individual bookstores sell some books online at this one website. The other option is Ingram Spark, which is a book publisher now and a book distributor. So that's great. Anyone can order books, any bookstore can order books from Ingram Spark, and they really like that. So that will be the next video. I thank you for watching this one, and I look forward to chatting with you more in the future.